Basically, there are 3 seats that will be subject to by-elections on April 13th. 2 of them are safe Liberal seats in downtown Toronto. University of Rosedale, Scarborough Southwest. University of Rosedale was held by Chrystia Freeland until she decided to go work for the Zelensky government in Ukraine as a volunteer advisor. And the other one, Scarborough Southwest, was held by Bill Blair, a former defense minister, former chief of the Toronto Police Force. He's become the High Commissioner to the United Kingdom. And the third is in Terrebonne. That is a Montreal suburb. And the Liberals, actually, the Bloc Québécois has long held this riding and won it in the election last year, but there was a judicial recount because the vote was so close. The Liberals ended up winning by 1 single ballot, but then there was some confusion about someone who had sent in a ballot that wasn't counted. The Supreme Court of Canada decided they were going to call a whole new election in that riding. So that is now going to be the third of 3 by-elections. If the Liberals sweep all 3, they will have effectively a majority in the House of Commons because that would put them essentially tied with the opposition vote, but the Liberals have the Speaker's vote, and generally the Speaker, by tradition, will vote with the government for the status quo on most pieces of legislation. Of course, the Liberals would like to increase that. They've been doing that. They had 3 Conservative MPs who have now crossed the floor, getting them to that position. But, you think about the timing of this event. It's the by-elections are going to be held right after the Liberal Party convention in Montreal that previous weekend. So it's not too far physically from Terrebonne. That's going to give them a real boost. But ultimately, though, none of this may really matter because the Liberals could potentially have a functioning majority status because if you look at the polling numbers, the Conservatives are so far behind the Liberals, and that gap seems to be growing. Pierre Poilievre's just not really breaking through with voters, even seeing some new numbers coming out of Alberta showing Conservatives not popular, are losing popularity there. That has always been the party's stronghold. So there's very little chance that the Conservatives will vote to bring down this government, and that's going to give the Carney government pretty much carte blanche. Yeah, they'd like to get a majority status because that gives them more clout on, for example, parliamentary committees. It makes them a little easier to pass legislation. But right now, they seem to be really kind of running in the House of Commons without a whole lot of opposition. We'll see whether or not the by-elections change that. If there are surprises in either of those Toronto ridings, that could be difficult for Carney. But the key one, the focus on this is going to be that riding in Terrebonne that the Liberals just so narrowly won and then had it taken away by a Supreme Court decision.